Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Day Break Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice. Ethiopian. Do you want to be edgy, cutting edge, different? Tell the truth. You can be edgy just by telling the truth. What color do people say that you look good in when you wear certain colors? Do people say to you, wow, you look good in that color? Put your answer down below. I'd like to see that. And everyone has a different color. Gentlemen, if you don't have a beard, it's time to start it. Fall and winter, what a great time to actually have a beard. What a beautiful time. Fall is here. I'm talking a more substantial beard, not like what I've had in the past, like in the past summer. Usually I go to a goatee or something like that in the spring. And then summer I have a very close cropped beard. And when I do public appearances, I like to have different facial hairstyles. So I'm growing my beard out for this fall and winter. It's time, but not huge. I'm not growing the big beard back yet. Whenever I talk to people who got out of Dodge, you know, when people say, man, I got to get out of Dodge, change their life, follow their dreams. Whenever I've talked to people like that, their only regret is that they wish they would have done it when they were younger. Everyone says that. I wish I'd done it earlier. Think about that. If you're on the verge of making a change, I'm going to confess a sin to you, one of my sins, and that is I stay places too long. Some people like the idea of working the same job and living in the same house forever. That freaks me out, just to think of being in the same place. I am a rolling stone. I don't like to gather moss. I enjoy changing things in my life. Now, does that mean changing people? No, I don't like that. I actually have reacted in a very negative way when I've either changed people or people have left my life. And I've learned to deal with it and prepare for it and make that part of life. It doesn't make it any less disturbing, but I do better with it now in life. And that can be learned. That can be. I know in various men's communities, getting hurt, getting burned, getting divorced, or like whatever you want, whatever phrase you want to use, there are people who say never again. I get that. Let me tell you what you should do instead of saying that. Rather than saying, I will never again go out with a woman, or I will never again get married, this is what I want you to consider. I want you to think about this. I want you to use that phrase, never again, for this. Never again will you use the same method of attracting the opposite sex. Never again. Not never again to the opposite sex, but never again will I do this, have the same behavior, or fall into the same stupid traps that I set for myself. That's the smart way of looking at it. Okay? Do it while you're young. Make changes while you're young. It is harder to make changes when you're older, unless you've cultivated the habits of making change. Online friends, on the topic of online friends. Would you be friends with them in real life? Can you picture them sitting at your kitchen table, right here, having coffee with them, or going out and having a drink at a bar and having a conversation? Are online friends real friends? What do you think? Comment on that down below. I'd like to hear that as well. I like the idea of contacts, not friends. Twitter friends, Facebook friends. I mean, it's in the past where I remember my mother saying to me, I would say, yeah, I have this friend. My mother would say, a Facebook friend or a real friend? And it's like that in real life, where we've kind of confused. There's a blur now. Friends are not people that you meet online. They're contacts. They're people that you use that language. It's somebody that you met online. I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about people that you know online. Don't demean the true meaning of friend, the true meaning of friend, by mixing it with someone who you met online. That's part of your social media. I believe that was a very smart thing for Facebook to do, to call your contacts friends and get friended or unfriended. They're not friends, they're contacts. Until you meet them in real life and interact with them, they're not friends, they're contacts. And you know that to be true. When I was a kid, I used to pray every night for a new bicycle. Then I realized that the Lord, in His wisdom, didn't work that way. So I just stole one and then asked Him to forgive me. Emo Phillips. Substitution, mass confusion, clouds inside your head were fogging all my energies until you visited with your eyes of porcelain and of blue, could shock me into sense. You think you're so illustrious, you call yourself intense. The Cars, 1978. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on the winners. Who will pass on your writing, your work? Associates, family, wife? Does she know, does your girlfriend or wife know enough about what you do to keep it going if you precede her in death? Does she even care? Will all of your research and work just end up in a dumpster when you're gone? That's another thing to think about when having a mate, choosing a mate. Will your work go on? I remember prior to divorce, many, many years ago, 16 years ago, I remember saying to my wife, if something ever happens to me, start publishing some of the things that I have. That's going to take care of you and the family. There was more capital in my hard drive than there was in my bank account. And it's time to flesh that out. The way that we manifest success is through money right now. Money is a thing that we exchange for value, for things that are worth it. So if you're writing something, charge money for it somehow, some way. I ordered something from Beard Brand, and there was a little booklet in there that was written by Eric from Beard Brand. A really neat little booklet. Copyrighted 2019. I thought it was kind of cool. It's about the size of a passport. And it was short, sweet, and powerful. It could easily be a keynote speech. Maybe it was. I don't know. I have to talk to him about that. But I thought it was kind of cool to put that out there. About the size of a passport or like a field notes book. There is something to be said about someone who can make you laugh and someone who laughs at the things that you think are funny. Laughing is important together. If a couple can't laugh, if a couple cannot laugh, there's a troubled relationship. I like to hear people laughing amongst each other when they talk. Did you ever go out to dinner somewhere and see couples, like you're having a nice time and you look over at other couples and they're just quiet, just eating. The only thing that you hear is like forks on plates and knives and forks and silverware. And really no conversation. It's almost like kind of sad. They just eat and go. And I remember saying to myself many years ago after noticing that phenomenon, I never want to be like that. Never want to be like that, ever. Submission is not slavery or being under dictatorship. It's being subject to your man's love. When your man loves like he has been instructed to, the woman submits with a smile. I've been talking about submission. It's not slavery. We are the news. We, you and me, we are the news. Get that through your head. There's no more they are the news. We need to watch the news. Put the TV on, put the radio on. I want to see what the news has to say. You and me are the news. What we say is important. What we observe is important. You are a citizen journalist. You are the news. Ladies, amp up your femininity, not your sexuality. This is what I call another example of the consequences of raising children in a fatherless home. There's always so much attention given to young boys raised without fathers. We see what that has done. I've worked in the forensic systems for many, many years. Literally 95% of the men behind bars and in mental institutions literally have no fathers, a bad relationship with their father, or the father was absent somehow, some way. Now, let's look at ladies. When a woman doesn't have a relationship with her father, doesn't know her father, doesn't have a good relationship with her father, she does not know how to love a man or does not know how to be loved by a man. It's a fact. Think about the ones that you know. It's a fact. Fatherlessness, father aloofness, the invisible father in the home has a horrible effect on women, and that stays with them their entire life. And many times those women are overtly sexual and not feminine, or they can be primarily sexual and secondarily feminine. They attract men with their sexuality, not their femininity, hence divorce, multiple relationships, appealing to men and healing things with sex. Not that that shouldn't be happening anyways, but that's the primary method of controlling a man or influencing a relationship. Ladies, amp up your femininity, not sexuality. I have so many Facebook and Instagram friends from the hair industry and other industries and people that I am associated with. And I see a move with women being overly sexual and becoming less feminine, which is more masculine. A lot of times I see women in the gym and there's this, they're looking like a man and they're flexing, thinking that that's feminine. Ladies, amp up the femininity. And then I see a lot of bitching and moaning about not having a relationship or problems with men. Amp up the femininity. Women do the same stupid shit that men do, as far as never again, all guys are like that, or all guys are jerks, or all guys are dogs or pigs or whatever. Amp up your femininity. Strong, independent woman versus supportive, submissive woman. Ladies, I think you will be more content as a supportive, submissive woman. Yeah, but I'm a single mother. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to intergender relationships. Be a supportive, submissive woman. Now, does that mean being submissive to an idiot? No. That's why you need to do better in your choosing. Your picker has to be finely tuned. If you find a godly man, you will submit to him with a smile on your face. Apostle Paul says, there is neither Jew nor Gentile, slave nor free, nor is there male or female. You are all one in Christ Jesus. And I can hear some guys saying, but hypergamy. Apostle Paul scratching his head, thinking, where did I go wrong? Are you subscribed to my channel yet? I want you to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Tap that little notification bell whenever new videos come out. And if there's a show, a daybreak show, or a video that I do that you think other people would benefit from or would enjoy, pass it on to them. That's a way of supporting the channel. You can also join the channel as well. It's like $5 a month. It's a way of showing support and appreciation for the work that I do. Also, there's always links down below, and that's another way of supporting a channel and looking at the links if there's anything that's of interest to you. There are certain things that I'm an affiliate with, and that supports the channel as well. You get the trophy for crossing the finish line, not focusing on beating your opponent. Dominate, don't compete. Keep your eyes on the prize, not your competition. You'll be fine. You'll be all right. And with that, I'm going to say finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show.